A very good morning to each and every one of you. And it is again, it's always a pleasure to come back to Ipoh and to rebuild and to strengthen the bonds of friendship and to see what we can do for each other so that all of us will continue to be strong. I always, in every congregation that I go through, I always like to remind of you, every single member of the church, as a class of opposites. Opposites important or not? Important. And so it is, it should be the way we view every single member of the church as our classmate in upper class, in upper six. And it is, I hope, the sincere desire of every member of the church to see every one of us, graduate into varsity. So from members of the church, I hope it is a desire of every member to have every member of the church, young and old, strong and weak, graduate into heaven and to have our own mansion in heaven. That should be, I hope, the aim of every single member of the church. This morning, I want to thank the invitation accorded to me to come and share some ideas and share some thoughts on how we can be a more vibrant Christian, especially in the area of evangelism, how we can do more, because there's so much more that needs to be done, just like in every congregation. So many areas where there's so much work, and there's so many ideas that we need and we can implement, and so many actions that we need to take. This morning also, it's a pleasant surprise to have the Yeow and family all the way from PJ 17, and we would like to extend our condolence to Sister Becky, especially for the divine passing away of the father. And for those of you who can make it, please visit the family. And I heard the funeral is on Tuesday afternoon. So this morning, sometime when we continue to teach and continue to preach, we don't know what to teach and what to preach. So many things to preach, so many ideas to think about, but sometimes we do not know how to package it in such a way that to make the message appealing, to make the message powerful, and to make the message remembered by the audience for a long time. So after all these years, I have kind of come up with this very basic message that I hope, that I pray and hope will in a way impact this morning to make us be a stronger Christian and stronger workers of the church. But before I go into that, I'd like to show you some photographs. Some of you may have seen this, fine. But nonetheless, I just want to show this some photo here that has got something to relate to this morning's lesson. This is somebody's house. If you're driving, the big compound, you drive into the main gate, and as you drive into the driveway, this is what you see. Then you will probably go to the left. Probably you go to the left part of the building, you find his private jet. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then you park your car, and then you go to different part of his mansion. You will see different view of that mansion. And then you take further, you go about 50 meters or 100 meters away, you have a better view of his mansion and the toys that he has. Now you see a bigger airplane. Okay? Then you take a hot air balloon, you go up there and you have a good eye view of his property. Hey, boleh tahan, pretty good. Very nice. And then you go have another good eye view, you find his runway. His runway is not the one belong to the Malaysian authority or whatever, Airway authority or whatever, MAH or whatever. It belongs to him. And this property belongs to this guy, whom we are quite familiar with. Pretty good, pretty cool to to own properties like that, you know. And so the world will classify you as a success, and for a Christian, if that is you, if that property belongs to you, well and good. God has blessed you richly. But only thing is, remember to also focus much on the spiritual aspect of your life. So this morning, I am entitled my lesson to the major lesson learned over the years as a Christian. It has been a long while since we became Christian. I became one when I was still in school, Form 4, late Form 4. And been up and down, the journey has been up and down all these years, but nonetheless, as I sit down and I recall the various events of my life, I have to admit that the good Lord has been kind unto me. The good Lord has been kind unto me over the years. So over the years of sitting in Bible classes, over the years of attending church camp, over the years of attending gospel meeting and seminars, I remember 3 major lessons learned for a title this morning. 3 major lessons learned. And I hope that every member of the church would seriously consider these 3 major lessons for your own life, for your own spiritual life, and hopefully your life will be strengthened just as the pointers have helped me. Number 1. Okay? Number 1, major lesson learned number 1. It is a tremendous blessing to be a child of God. Now, as I've said in the Bible class, that there was this congregation in Klang Valley, where over the period of 2 years, they have helped 15 youth, school, college students to be Christian, to be baptized Christian. However, within 2 years, they lost 14 out of 15. Chances are very good. These 14 individuals and also other individuals that whom we know have somehow, for whatever reason, failed to continue faithfully in the activities and service of the church. They are no longer with the church, they are outside them. It's probably they have failed to realize and failed to understand the tremendous blessing and the tremendous benefits to be and to continue to remain as faithful members of the church. And that is to be a child of God. They have somehow, for whatever reason, forgotten about the benefits of being a child of God. To being a child of the Creator of this entire universe. To be a member of the kingdom of God. To be a citizen of that country that God built and that God owns. They have somehow, for whatever reason, failed to grasp and to understand and to comprehend that tremendous benefits. Just like many Malaysians have failed, for whatever reason, frustration or otherwise, to know or to realize the benefits of being a citizen of this great country called Malaysia. They have let other things blinded them, and they are more than willing, and they have, many of them have given up their citizenship of this country, Malaysia. And they know, once they have done that, it is almost impossible to be granted that right one more time. And so for the Christian, it is very important to be reminded of this very important point. In 1 Peter 1, 3-6, Peter was writing to Christians. The letter was written to the Christians who were in pain, who were suffering because they were persecuted. They were under tremendous persecution. And so Peter wrote this letter to encourage them to say, hey, you are having a living hope. At one time, you do not have any hope, but now you have a living hope. Peter's message to them was, remain faithful Christian no matter what is happening to you. No matter what kind of pain you are going through, be and remain faithful children of God. Because we have a living hope waiting for us when life on earth is over. In 1 Peter 2 again, chapter 2, 9 and 10, Peter told them, hey, at one time you were not chosen, at one time you were nobody, at one time you were outside the kingdom of God, at one time you were an orphan, but now you have been chosen. You are a child of God. There's so much blessing. And then he continued again, okay? In 2 Peter 1, 1-4, I want you to read, turn the Bible to 2 Peter 1-4. And I draw my reading glass for Okay, anyway, in 2 Peter 1, 1 to 4, Peter again reminds them of this very, very, very important point. 2 Peter 1, 1 to